Hi, this is Jeff and I'm the Java instructor for this class. And since this is a class on MongoDB for Java developers, we need to get our Java environment set up. We're going to use a couple of tools in the lectures and in the homeworks, and I want to introduce them in this lecture. The first thing we need is some sort of build automation tool, and there are a couple to choose from. But for this class, we're going to use one called Maven. You probably already have Maven on your system, but if you don't, you can download it. So we'll go and search for Apache Maven download and choose the link and then come down here. The latest version is 3.2.5 currently, but you can just get the latest version whenever you're taking this class. So I'll click on the download link. That'll put that in my downloads directory. And then I can go in here and I'll see that it's here and I'll unzip it in place. So here it is. And you should make sure this is in your path. You can do that, whatever kind of system you have, just make sure that the bin directory is in your path. I've already done that, so I can just use it directly by running the Maven command, mvn, and it's an error. So I already have Maven in my path, and in my home directory, I'm going to create a new Maven project. Now Maven uses something called a project object model, which is abbreviated as POM, and the POM is stored in a file called pom.xml. And you can create one by hand, but I'm going to use this handy plugin from Maven called Archetype to create a new empty Maven project. So I can run it like this, Maven archetype : generate. And there are a lot of archetypes to choose from, but I'll choose the default. And I'll just take the default for which version. Maven requires a group ID, which is kind of like a Java package name. So I'll choose MongoDB. And for an artifact name, I'll choose the name of this class. And I'll choose the default version and package. And I've created now a directory called m101j. And if you look inside this directory, you'll see that there's a pom.xml, which looks like this, as well as a source directory. And the source directory has a class called app.java, and then also a test called apptest.java. And app.java is very simple. It's just prints hello world. So I can run this class with a Maven plugin called exec, and I have this in my history. So I run Maven clean, which tells it to clean out any derived files like class files. I'll compile it, and then I run exec::java. Then I give it the main class using the system property exec.main class, and that class is com.mongodb.app. If I run that, it'll print out a bunch of things, but most importantly, it prints out hello world, which is what it should do. But for this class, it's going to be easier to demonstrate things if I use an IDE. The IDE that I've been using for a long time is called IntelliJ IDEA. So that's what we'll be using from the lectures for this class. You can use whatever you want, whatever you're comfortable with. So if you want to use Eclipse, that's fine, but all the demonstrations that I'll be showing are using IntelliJ. If you don't have IntelliJ and you want it, you can just go search for IntelliJ IDEA download. And there's a very nice community edition available here. You can just download it and install it. So I already have it installed. So I'm going to go to IntelliJ. And IntelliJ has very good support for Maven. And the way I can import an existing Maven project is to say import project. And I've done this already, so it's already in the right place. But I go to my m101j directory and just click on the pom.xml. I'm going to say import Maven projects automatically so that when I add dependencies, like to the Java driver, those will get imported automatically. And I'm going to tell it to automatically download source and documentation so that we can click through if we want. So I'd say next, and next. I'll choose 1.7 as my Java version, and then finish. And now I have my project. And you can see that the same as what we saw before. There's the app and app test. And we can also see the POM. So in IntelliJ, it's very easy to run a class. So I just say debug or run, it'll compile, and then print hello world. So we saw in this lecture how to create a simple hello world with Maven, using Maven to create a simple POM XML with the archetype plugin, and then to run a class on the command line. And we also saw how to import a Maven project into IntelliJ and run applications from there.